outside, trying to implement what we learn in our daily life. We'll listen to the participants and the guests. We'll take your phone calls. We're going to recite live. We'll listen to your recitation, and we'll correct it according to the rules and regulations which will state in each episode. Now, your dream will come true.
Islam is keeping up the pace. Islam is for every race.
We're back and you're watching the Beauties of Islam. I'm Yusuf Estes, and we've been talking about the subject of the Bible as it exists today. You might say, well, how does this fit in the Beauties of Islam? Well, keep in mind, in some of our other programs, we've already mentioned that we believe totally in all of the scriptures that have been revealed by Allah over the many centuries. We believe in the original of anything that came from Him, and any of the scrolls, and any of the, like the Torah, for instance, anything that came in the Zabur or the Psalms of David and Suleiman. And certainly we believe in the Injil, the original book, that it came to Jesus. However, when somebody starts to bring us translations, we don't accept that as being from God. We've mentioned that too. The Quran, for instance, in the Arabic language, is the Quran. That is what it's all about. There it is right there. Okay? We'll say, yeah, that's the Quran. But at the same time, if you brought me something that says Quran in English letters, and I open it up and it's written in English, that's not the Quran. That's a translation of meaning according to somebody. Not acceptable to us. So I want to come back now to my subject when I said I could prove that we do not have anything that came from Jesus, peace be upon Him. We don't have a single scrap or a piece of paper or a parchment or anything at all that was inscribed by Jesus Christ, peace be upon Him. And you might say, wait a minute, that's not what you said. You said that you could prove that the Bible isn't from Jesus. All right, here's what I want you to do. Take the time to look this up on our website. We have a website, and as I already told you, it's called beautiesofislam.com. When you go to the website, you can look and see for yourself. We'll be talking about one of the scholars of the Bible who used to believe what he was taught in Sunday school, just like I used to believe it. He also had been to the church, just like I had. He also had been preaching, just like I did. And all of a sudden, when he got really serious about studying, just like I did, he began to realize we don't really have the original Bible anymore, just like I did. But I did something that he didn't do. I kept praying to God, asking Him to guide me, to guide me, to guide me. And then I was willing to listen and watch and accept whatever came of that guidance. I didn't know it was going to guide me to become a Muslim. In fact, that's another story. I would have never believed that. Well, that is what happened. In his case, the person I'm talking about, he became an atheist. I know that to be a fact because I emailed him and talked to him about it. And he said he wasn't interested in discussing religion anymore because he doesn't believe in anything. And that's my point to the Muslims. Don't try to drive people away from God. Help them to see a better way to look at the subject of the way to get to God. Listen to what I'm saying. Help them to see the better way to get to God. And that is the only way, the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the person I'm talking to you about that wrote these books that claim what I just told you, his name is Bart Ehrman. And he's written Lost Christianities, Lost Scriptures, and Misquoting Jesus. And he is a professor at the Chapel Hill University in North Carolina. He is an expert in his field, and he has studied with other experts in the field, and all of them make the same claims that he makes. These are the experts of the New Testament and the Old Testament. You can check his references for yourself. But I just want to quote him on this one subject because it impressed me. Amazing the way he said it. I'm going to hold my hand up so you can see this. Look at my fingers. Because this is how he said it. On the book jacket of the cover of his books, you can find this statement. He said, "We do not have a copy of 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 anything from the original manuscript which came with Jesus." For him, that was enough, I guess, to believe that there wasn't anything original, therefore it didn't matter, he just gave up. For me, I can't accept it like that. I believe there really is a God. Now, did people play with the text? Did they change things? We know English isn't the language of Jesus. Peace be upon him. But for sure, I have no doubt there is God. And if he wants me to find the way, he will guide me. And if he wants me to find this deen, as we said in Arabic language, then it's up to him to do it, because I can't do that. I can't guide myself. Nobody can guide themselves. But there's something I can do. I can ask him. And if I go back and study what remains of the Old Testament and the New Testament, I find that even these prophets were doing this. They were calling upon God. They were asking him. And they were praying to him as the one God of Abraham, the one God of Israel, the one God of Moses, the one God of David, Suleiman, the one God of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, the one God of Muhammad. And each and every one of them called on him like this: "Oh God, guide me." And that is the way to be guided by him. And we say, Edina Siratul Mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. Ameen. Until next time, remember to check our website, beautiesofislam.com.
Islam is peace.